What's up guys, Vince the Lawn Engineer here. I'm back at the project lawn and I want to give you a quick update on the triple threat seed, so stay tuned. So I'm back in the project lawn to see how things are progressing since we overseeded on September 16th. Today is October 3rd and the overall first impressions I have are positive considering the difficulties we have with watering. I'll dive more into that later, but first, let me show you what we have so far. In the front yard, there is a huge improvement in color and growth when compared to a few weeks ago when everything was mostly brown. In the far corners though, it's struggling, and that's because the hose reach is too short. So one action item is a simple one, and that's to get another length of hose so that we can reach those corners. There are also some bare spots in the middle of the yard, but I can see some seeds still germinating. Turf-type tall fescue typically germinates between 7 to 21 days. Under optimal conditions, you might be able to get this to germinate in less time. In our case, we started to see germination 8 days after seeding. As of right now, we are at 17 days post-seeding, so there is still some time to see some of this stuff sprout. In the backyard, we still have some large bare spots and think that is also due to the lack of water. You see, we are working with a well that is over 40 years old. In order to help extend the life of the pump, the pressure sensor on this system is set to a lower pressure threshold so the pump does not have to work as hard. This is okay for general household needs, but for watering a lawn, it's not enough pressure to put out the required amount of water. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This is the sprinkler we are using in the front yard. The area we are trying to water in the front is just under 9,000 square feet. The maximum height of the sprinkler on this system only gets to about 8 feet, and the total coverage area per setup is about 700 square feet. And that height decreases as water is emptied out of the holding tank of the system. So we have to set the sprinkler up about 13 to 15 times around the yard in order to get enough coverage. By time we're on the 8th or 9th setup, the first setup area starts to dry out. So getting new seed to germinate is very challenging under these conditions. We were really hoping to get some help from Mother Nature, but it has only rained lightly for only 1 day within this 17-day period. Not all is lost though. I do have an idea to help things out. So I placed an order for more seed, and once that arrives, I plan to pre-germinate the seeds by soaking them in water for several days until the seeds sprout, changing out the water every 12 hours. I've never done it before, but I've heard others had great success with it and I'm willing to give it a try. I've also heard some people have used sweet tea to pre-germinate seeds. I'm willing to give that a try too, but it sounds like I'll need to make a lot of sweet tea and it would be a shame for it to be dumped afterwards. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried pre-germinating seed. If so, let me know what methods you've used. I plan on using the method published by Milorganite. I'll leave a link in the description below. Once the seed is pre-germinated, we'll spread it out over the bare areas. Then for watering, we'll focus on those bare spots. There are a few spots that are larger and could use the sprinkler setup, but for the most part, the bare spots should be manageable to water by hand. I might also throw a bit more peat moss down as well to cover things up. So that's a quick update on the lawn. Now I want to switch gears to talk a bit more about the seed we chose and why. So one of the reasons we chose triple threat seed from Southern Seeds Inc. is because of the 3 seed varieties that it's made of. Those are Cumberland, Lifeguard, and Saltillo. All 3 have excellent heat tolerance properties, and we need that here, especially during the summertime months, since it gets blasted with full sun all day long. I've also been talking about the issues with watering at this property in previous videos, and that is where the Lifeguard Tall Fescue shines. Lifeguard is actually labeled by the Turfgrass Water Conservation Alliance as a qualified seed variety which proves its drought tolerance by using up to 40% less water. Let's talk about disease resistance as well. All 3 varieties have great genetic resistance to brown patch, which is a common disease that occurs in tall fescues. Another common disease is gray leaf spot, and Lifeguard has great resistance to it. If you want to learn more about these seed varieties and the trials that they have gone through, I'll leave a link in the description below to a virtual field day video hosted by Pure Seed, the manufacturers of Lifeguard, Saltillo, and Cumberland. It's a really exciting video that shows you all the hard work and research that goes into selecting top quality seed varieties for products like Triple Threat. The challenging part for us right now is to get the grass established. Once established, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it performs next season. If you are interested in purchasing Triple Threat, I'll leave a link in the description below to Southern Seed's website. Alright guys, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining.